Hi yogis, it's Tam here from Yogaphysio. I'm going to take you through some nice lovely forward bends with a little bit of shoulder opening and twisting. So perhaps you've already done a standing sequence or some sun salutes, something to warm yourself up, particularly if it's cool. So then we'll come down and we'll start with a little fold forward in Interlace. So sit on as much height as you need. Maybe a little bit of support under the knees as well, unless your knees are dropping to the floor. And if you've got something to support your head on, take it. Maybe a brick, maybe even a chair if you're a little bit tight in the hips. When we're coming into forward bends, we want to come forward from the tail. So keep the spine nice and long, don't collapse in the middle. So coming forward, resting your noggin on something. So these forward bends, particularly with the head supported, are very relaxing. So this is a sequence that will help you calm down. It's a nice sequence to do perhaps in the evening before bed. Helps you sleep. Feeling the body super steady, breath calm, mind at ease. Okay, and then we'll come back upright for a moment, and we're going to bring the arms out to the side in a cactus arm position. So this cactus arm position, push the shoulder blades into the back of the chest, and that'll help to lift the chest. And I want you to maintain that as we rotate the shoulders. Okay, so we're turning the arm bone, pivoting in the socket to move between our neutral rotation and external rotation. So be very attentive that the shoulder girdle doesn't roll forward. If you keep the chest lifted, that shouldn't happen. It really aids us to keep the shoulder girdle facing the right direction. And then beginning to explore into internal rotation. Now here you have to be really careful that that arm bone doesn't ride forward. So I'll just come in a little bit closer for a minute. You place your hand on the front of the right chest with the fingers on the front of the right shoulder. Okay, elbows a little bit ahead of the shoulder. You're still getting that chest, that shoulder blade pressing forward, which means the chest is pressing into the hand. And you perhaps don't have very much internal rotation. Okay, so just be really attentive that the shoulder girdle doesn't come forward, that the chest doesn't collapse forward. Okay, and you can check out, if you've had shoulder issues, then you can go back to the prior shoulder rehab videos that will go into a little bit more detail about this. Okay, so let's go to the second side. And perhaps if you've had an injury before, you'll notice the difference side to side. A little bit wobbly this side I am. I've had an old injury, sublux shoulder many years ago, so I can see I've got the movement, but it's a little bit wobbly. So really give attention to the details. External rotation is fairly easy, but internal is a little bit more challenging. Fantastic. Let's leave the shoulders alone. I'm going to bring the legs in a little bit closer now into Badhakonasana. Okay, some of you might need to sit on more height for Badhakonasana. It's a different opening to Tarasana. Okay, you can stay in Tarasana too, but what we're going to do now is we're going to drop the left knee down and we're going to take the right hand behind the back and see if you can get your hand round to the right inner thigh. Okay, if you don't quite get there, you can grab hold of your yoga tights, or if you've got a strap, you can wrap a strap around the thigh. And then we bring the legs back down into that neutral Badhakonasana, both knees at the same height, and twisting. So we've really got that extreme internal rotation of the shoulder now. Twisting to the right side, gaze out over the back shoulder and focus on the breath in the belly. Okay, turn the head to face the front, release the arms, shimmy the shoulders, and we'll come to the second side. So drop the left knee down now, bring the hands behind the waist. If you can, get that hand around to the inner thigh. Okay, and then we can come back upright, right hand to the left knee, turning to the left now, gazing out over the left shoulder. And focusing on the breath in the belly. Okay, inhale back to center, head to center, release the arms. And from Badhakonasana now we're going to fold forward. If your hips are a little bit tight, then feel free to go back into Tarasana. And again, if you've got something to support the head on, okay, a lovely position to be in for a few minutes. But the head support makes it particularly relaxing, much more relaxing with your head supported. Coming forward from the tail, drawing the navel forward to the feet, lengthening the spine forward, lifting the chest forward. And when you're ready, inhale and come up. Now we're going to keep the left leg bent and we're going to straighten the right leg out in front of us to come into Janu Sirsasana. If you're a little bit tight in your hamstrings, feel free to have something under your knee. Or if you haven't done much yoga, if you just come straight into forward bends, then maybe have something under your knee. I'm going to give two options here. Those of you that are fairly open in your hips and hamstrings, you can come immediately forward and stay in the position. Okay, those of you that need to accommodate a little bit of tightness or warm up that little bit more, move in and out of the position. Okay, so also if you've got a back issue, maybe consider taking more height under the hips. Okay, so we're not bending in the back. The movement is quite distinctly from the tail, whether you're staying in it or moving in and out of it. So always important to focus on what your body needs, what's right for your body, and not feel like you have to do what you see in the yoga books. Okay, so just really feeling curious and exploring and listening to your body. Inhale, come up, and let's change legs, come back to Badhakonasana. And then keeping the right leg bent, left leg comes forward. And probably you're going to do the same thing on the second side as the first side. Inhale, exhale, moving in and out of it, if that best serves your body. Okay, or staying in it. Okay, inhale and come up. Bring the feet back together in Badhakonasana. And just seeing maybe Badhakonasana is getting a little bit easier. Okay, so next we're going to take our legs wide to the side into Yogaphysio. And we're going to come back to our twist. So interlace the hands behind the back, draw the palms down, and swing the hands back round to the left side of the waist. So again, if you can reach your thigh or a strap or your yoga tights, whatever you've got there. Okay, it will vary day to day. This is usually my tight side, but it's not too bad today. Okay, now we're going to turn to the right leg. And if you like, you can just stay in the twist or twist and fold forward. Slide the hand down the outside of the left leg. Okay, maybe take support for your head if that's manageable. For all these forward bends, nice relaxed breathing. Okay, inhale, come up. And we'll come to the second side. Interlace the hands behind the back, draw the palms around to the right side, taking the right thigh, or yoga tights, and folding forward. Slide the hand down the outside of that leg. So we've got the twist and then we've got the forward bend. So it's quite an asymmetrical position that stretches out the fascia in the groin and up through the side of the body into the shoulder. And just relaxing on the edge of the opening. Just allowing time and persistence to bring the opening, not force. And inhale, come up. Bring the feet back together into Badhakonasana. Enjoying that little bit of a fold forward in Badhakonasana. And then feet a little bit further into Tarasana. Now if you like, stay with Tarasana. You can finish with Tarasana. Or those of you that have the flexibility, straighten the legs out, come into Paschimottanasana. Now all of these I've not stayed super long in them. You can of course pause the video. You can stay up to 3 minutes in a forward bend, but the back does get a little bit tight if you're not accustomed to it. So I've kept it quite short for the purpose of this sequencing. But feel free to slow the video down, to hit the pause button anytime you like. But enjoy our last pose now, Paschimottanasana. Okay, we'll finish up there. Please take the time to sit for 5 minutes or lie down and rest in Shavasana. And I shall look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now.